Obviously, a lot of the companies that you work with come in very early, perhaps even before they're really ready to go get funded just yet. What do you guide or advise them on when it comes to preparing in advance? What would you suggest that founders kind of think of early on in those days, even before they go pitch Sand Hill Road or find that perfect angel investor to back them?
Yeah, so first, what problem are you trying to solve? And I say that because a lot of entrepreneurs sort of have this boil the ocean concept. And while inspiring and wonderful to listen to, at the end of the day, you're only a finite number of people with a finite number of dollars to execute on a vision. And so I think having the ability to focus on that and demonstrate that you can, in fact, get to a place where you will be successful is really important. So sort of that focus and drive and dedication to task, right? So a lot of folks don't even necessarily seem all in always, right? They may keep their day job, or they may be like, well, I'm going to dabble in this and see if I can get funding. And you really do need to put your heart and soul behind it before an investor will take that plunge. And then again, be sort of able to demonstrate, advancement against objectives. Are you going to be able to solve your task and demonstrate a solution in the first 6, 12, 18 months? Probably not, but being able to show your ability to move along milestones and execute according to them will give people more confidence, I think, in the ability to put capital with you.
Do you, recommend sort of go out and pitch to anyone who'll listen, or do you tend to sort of guide entrepreneurs more towards a focused approach?
I think there's something to be said for not keeping your idea too close to your vest and be able to sort of hear the input of the outside world. Because I think that is a mistake young entrepreneurs make sometimes, is they're so nervous about sharing their ideas that they don't share to get the feedback, good or bad, right? Because sometimes you do need get out of your bubble a little bit, right? And allow people to provide that input.
What might be some of the favorite mistakes, or probably less about favorite mistakes, but some of the more obvious mistakes that perhaps founders don't realize or think about when they're going out trying to find that perfect investment partner for them?
I think there is an element of do your homework, right? So what you don't want to be doing is sitting there pitching a truly competitive idea to someone, that's maybe a big player in their space, in their portfolio, right? So do your homework, know who you're going to be talking with. I think be ready to answer the hard questions, right? Please don't be sitting there trying to convince them the world is square, right? Like you do want to, have a very good pitch that is refined and realistic. Now, I want to put a sort of an asterisk by that, because I don't mean that your pitch should be so realistic that you're underselling, right? And I actually do have some entrepreneurs who aren't actually putting their most favorable foot forward, right? They will sort of say, well, yes, that's best case, but I'm not going to talk about that. You do need to sort of paint the whole landscape, but do so in a realistic way. Because one thing that these folks investors see all the time, right, is people who are going to change the world.
You referenced there are a lot of great professional insights that you're able to provide. Are there other resources that you generally or typically expect founders to be thinking about in their early stages as they're getting that first money through the door?
Yeah.
What other types of advisor groups would you counsel as being good people to have at your side?
Well, this Entrepreneurial Center is probably a perfect
we'll
one.
Take that one.
Yeah, that was an easy one. I think nothing replaces communication, and I probably beat that drum too regularly in any forum that I can get in front of. But honestly, talking to folks who have been there before you, there's nothing wrong with having the self-awareness to say, I'm new, I need to learn, and I'm going to just figure out all of the folks who I can talk to. And honestly, don't follow anyone's path, right? You get to pick and choose from all the advice that comes in, which frankly will be a lot of it. You'd be surprised how much advice people really want to give when they are asked. Yeah. But I think that there's really no substitute for that.
How, in your opinion, and through the years of experience that you look through the lens of, would you suggest entrepreneurs think about, when to say, I think it's just not working out anymore, and how do you do that without burning bridges?
The first sort of unspoken rule, if you will, is don't walk away from a signed term sheet. Okay, so if you really do get that far, when you've had a great discussion, you get a yes, and you get to a place where you're comfortable and you sign, be committed, be excited, be all in, and don't have that grass is greener moment of I'll just wait this exclusivity or no shop period out and go to suitor number 2. Very small ecosystem, this community. News like that spreads like wildfire and will make the situation, I think, a bit toxic.
A lot of entrepreneurs tend to get hung up on one thing, as in, the value set today is the most important thing that I'm negotiating for. What's your personal counsel on that one thing that entrepreneurs tend to get hung up, whether it is valuation or whether it is insert your favorite clause when it comes to the actual negotiation at hand?
So that, I think the easiest thing to keep in mind is that, yes, there are some sort of top tier issues, but you need to understand the interplay, right? So I think, candidly, getting hung up solely on valuation by way of example is a mistake, right? Because not only do you want a great valuation, but you also want to make sure that you're getting the right partner, right? So I would personally advise taking a lower valuation from the right partner than a higher valuation from the wrong partner, right? Because it goes to the longevity, and are they adding the right value, and are they really going to be the folks who are going to help me build my multi-billion-dollar business.
Rachel, thank you so much for taking the time
Happy
today.
to do it. Thank you.